Hey guys, so today I'm going to explain where we're going to be using slat extension brackets underneath our clamshell rooftop tent. So basically what it is, in a situation like this where you've got a short canopy or a short roof rack or something which doesn't cover all four rails on the underside of the tent. So the tent's rails are 1400 or 1.4 meters from outside edge to outside edge. And in this situation, the only load bars we have is 1350. So we're slightly shy. So basically what we're going to be doing is attaching one load bar to the rear section of the rear slat. We've got a third load bar which will come in this to take up the second slat, and then the slat extension brackets under the tent, which I'll show you next, is going to be bridging slat number 3 and slat number 4 together. So in other words, going to be resting over this section. What that's going to give us at the end of the day is a smooth flush fitting roof tent on the back of this canopy with a longer overhang or longer cantilever on the front end. So let's get to the tent and I'll show you how we fit those. Alrighty, so in the kit of your slat extension bracket comes in your 2 slat extensions. Now this is the exact same profile as we use on our slats underneath the tent, or the loading slats where you will be attaching your tent to vehicles and so on with. So that's basically going to go between technically slat number 3 and 4, 1 and 2. You can use these between any of the slats. So what you get in the kit is 2 of those plus a bag full of brackets. Now what you have is you have quite a few of these little 90-degree brackets, and when you're going between 2 slats, these will attach to the side like such and to a side like such effectively, and go onto the tent. I'll show you that next, and that's the ones we're going to use. However, when you have a slat running to the front of the tent and you need to pick up the front end of the tent, this is the bracket you use for that. We'll go underneath the slat like such and then go to the front of the tent, and you'll actually bolt through the front of the tent there, giving you that frontal support. So in this situation, we're going to discard those, get these into play, and effectively what we want to do is put the bolt in washer nut like such onto all of them, slide them into position like that, and tools you'll need for this job is basically a 13mm spanner, or I've got the 13mm socket on the rattle gun on this end, and we're basically going to do those up. We'll re-tighten them on the tent itself, but basically do those up nice like that. So I'm going to repeat this process on both of these slats, and then we're going to go put it on the tent. Alrighty, so now that that's all done, let me show you where these are going to fit. So effectively on the tents, these are your different slats on the underside of the tent where we mount from, and on this specific job, on this install, we're going to take our slat extension bracket and pop it between the 2 slats like such, and with these slightly loose, done up finger tight basically, we can get our adjustments. Now what we'll have to do next is take our bolts, slide them in there to the position where we need it to be, and we're going to bolt these in there. So effectively we're going to have 2 sections extending the slats, or your mounting surface, that's going to be between this slat and this slat in this situation, and that's going to give us the ability to mount onto this part. Now don't forget that there's no entry point or access into this bar, so what you've got to do is slide your bolt or your nut in there before you do everything up, so that you can attach that to a roof rack or a mounting point. Alright, so I've slid the little M8 bolts in those rails there, so the entry point, slide them into position, done the same on this end. So effectively that's what our rails are going to look like. We're just going to do them up, make them nice and tight, and our load bars or roof racks on the vehicle is going to attach onto this section. So what that allows us to do is have a left to right facing or east to west facing load bar, basically, that runs at any of these positions, so it's adjustable off that bolt there. Now I personally like mounting the tents with the rails or bolts mounting it at 800 mils apart, so that's 400 from center to center. So we're just checking this. Now I've basically lined it up already. Yeah, so once you're at the 800 mark, just do these up both sides. That's it. Push it nice into place. Alright guys, so now we have the tent on the vehicle. Like I was explaining in this situation, you can see how we've basically missed this entire slat section there, which is the last one, and we're resting on our slat extension brackets. Exactly what it's designed for. So that's your complete product, giving you that nice flush look at the back and a decent overhang over this vehicle in this typical situation. Guys, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to go bush, and for more information on our products, go to www.thebushcompany.net. Catch you later.